Hello, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday to you all, and welcome to Coffee on the Couch. I'm going to give you a few seconds to organize yourselves, get your coffee, get your croissants or your toast or whatever you're having breakfast with, but make sure it has a cup of coffee with it because we're going to have a conversation over a cup of coffee. I wanted to sit on the couch and be more comfortable, but I realized that the positioning and the way the sun is coming into the room is going to block you from seeing my face properly. So, hey, I'm at my usual spot, and as always, I have my cup of coffee. Go grab yours and let's have a conversation on how to start your relationship right. Hey, good morning to you. Hope your day is going to be beautiful. I really do hope so. You know why? Because it is a day the Lord has made. We will certainly rejoice and be glad in it. So grab your coffee, get your pens and notepads if possible. If not, hey, just join me. Let's have a conversation. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. Trust me. I don't want it to be like a classroom sort of a teacher and student thing, but I want it to be a conversation. I want it to be a chat. I want it to be interactive. So if you have any comments, if you have questions you want to ask me, yay, why not? Bring it on. Let's have a conversation that Saturday morning because I know it's going to be amazing. Okay. Um, if today is your first time of watching me, my name is Sandra Delalio, Sandra D, as most people call me. So yeah, let's start. Let's delve into it and let's have a chat. Let's have a conversation. Share this, invite friends, and let them all join. So, yeah, guys, it doesn't matter whether you're single or you're married or you don't even know where your relationship is, whether you're in betweens or, sometimes when somebody asks you, are you in a relationship? You don't even know whether to say yes or to say no or, you know, in betweens. Relationships can be very, very complicating. But I usually say that it's not the relationship that is complicated, it is the people in it that makes it complicated. So if you want to have it right, if you're single and you want to have a relationship right, hey guys, hop on. Let's have a chat this morning. So in the next 30 seconds, we will delve into the reason why we're here on this Saturday morning. And I know it's going to be interesting. Trust me. It's going to be interesting. Everything about relationship is interesting because it takes two to make it work. So, hey, guys, just hop on. Let's have a chat. Now, when we talk about relationship or starting your relationship right, sometimes right from the onset of the relationship, you know that it is not sustainable. No matter what you do, it is just not sustainable. But because we as humans want to feel validated or want to feel loved, we tend to hold on even to toxic relationships. And then in the end, we end up hurting ourselves. We end up being so, we feel so bad about ourselves. We even lose our self esteem. We lose all our worth. We don't even know whether we're going or coming. And so sometimes it's difficult because what love wants to thrive, but you can't be in a relationship with somebody that doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. Just like trying to put a circle in a square, it just won't fit. So sometimes people try to put themselves in situations that you think, well, I love this girl, I love this guy, he's got all the physical features that I want in a man or in a woman, and then you try to make it work. But if it is not sustainable, it is just not sustainable. So don't stress yourself. If your relationship is not sustainable, don't hurt yourself. Now let's go back to the basic of having a relationship right. And when you meet someone and you think this is the person I want to be with, or sometimes because attraction and affection grows, so you tend to be, you want to just click and you want to have a relationship with a person. But what you need to know is that having a relationship right is not just filling your bellies with all the butterflies and you seeing this girl with all the curves and all the big boobs and big backsides, and then you're like, whoa, this is the kind of girl I want. Yeah, listen, physical attraction is beautiful. No two ways about that. And usually I say people start a relationship on the physical attraction, on the physical appearance. But as a relationship develops, it shifts from just the mere attraction into something else, into where you know that your values align, your purposes align, your dreams align, then you're able to gel, you're able to click, you're able to say, yeah, this is the person I want to be with. It is not just the outer appearance, it is not just the physical appearance. It is more than just that. Okay. And so it's not just filling your belly with the butterflies when you see them coming, and it's not all about just the fun and the going out on dates that makes a relationship sustainable or that makes a relationship beautiful. It needs to be built on something else. And so when you're dating somebody or when you meet somebody and you want to date them, it shouldn't just be based on the mere fact that, I can go out with the person, I can have a few drinks, I can have a good laugh. There's more to a relationship than that. Now, I said from the beginning that sometimes we even want the love to persist, even in the most toxic environment. Why? Because we want to be with a person, because we want to hold them dear to us, we want to connect with them. But if a relationship is not sustainable, it is simply not sustainable. You just cannot make a connection with them. And so you end up settling for something that will either hurt you, something that will where you are not validated, where you don't feel appreciated, where you don't feel loved, where you don't feel like you belong in that relationship. And trust me, everybody wants to belong in a relationship. Everybody wants to feel that somebody cares about them, somebody loves them. And so if you're in a relationship that you think is not sustainable, the earlier you get out, the better for you, because then you save yourself a lot of heartache, you save yourself a lot of heartbreak, you save yourself from all the complications that comes with a toxic relationship. Now, I know that in the early part of a relationship, most of us wear masks. And when I say we wear masks, it simply means that we try to put on, an appearance that is really not us. We try to be nice, we try to be lovely, we try to be very accommodating and all that. But in order for you to have a good relationship, you need to be as honest as possible. This is me, this is who I am, this is what I bring to the table. So if you think that you can accept me for who I am, yes, then we build on it. But if the relationship is based on lies, is based on deceit, it's based on not being trustworthy, not being very honest, not being very loyal, forthcoming, then the relationship didn't start right. Then it means that you're going to have a lot of work to do. Because then when the partner finds out that this is really not you, two things can happen. Either they walk away, thinking that I can't do this with a liar, I can't do this with a cheat, I can't do this with somebody I can't trust. Or they can say, all right, you started it on a lie, but let's see if we can reverse it, if we can actually now go back into the place where we say, right, all right, let's do this. Let's go back and say, I want to do this with you. So two things happen when it comes to such relationships. But in actual fact, you need to be honest, you need to be loyal, you need to be trustworthy, and you need to be forthcoming. Now, when you start a relationship like that and somebody wants to be with you, they want to be with you. After a few dates, you think that the way the person treats you, they treat you well, they treat you right, they are all right with you. You talk, you think on the same level, you're very compatible in so many ways. And listen, compatibility doesn't mean we need to like everything. No, compatibility means that I get on with you even though our opinions might be different. But 99.9%, we need to like most of the things so that we're able to gel properly, we're able to connect properly. Now, when you have a dose of honesty, it is actually right, because then you're able to connect, you're able to gel, you're able to move forward with a relationship. Now, as a relationship progresses, everybody has deal breakers. Okay. So the earlier you make your deal breakers known to the person you're dating after a couple of dates is ideal for your relationship, so that they know that you've established your boundaries. Now, listen, anybody that does not, and I mean does not respect your boundaries, certainly will not respect you. Anybody that holds you dear to what you think, this is what I stand by, these are my boundaries, these are things I can do, these are things I can't and won't do, what happens is that they tend to respect you, because then you've laid down your boundaries. You've told them what you want, what you can do, what you can do, what you accept in the relationship, and what you would not. So it's always important that you lay down your boundaries, they know, and then you have your, everybody has a deal breaker. I know some people get deal breakers that are listening. Doesn't matter how much I love you, doesn't matter how much I want to be with you. If you cheat on me, I'm out. And if they're very, very, very settled on that as their deal breaker, if you do it, it doesn't matter how much they want to be with you, they're going to walk away. So know your partner's um, boundaries, respect them if you want to be with them. And if you don't want to be with somebody, listen, don't waste your time and don't waste their time either. There's no point in being in a relationship with somebody that you think you can't go anywhere with them. What is the point in wasting your time and wasting their time as well? Then it ends up being either a very toxic relationship or it's not healthy because you're emotionally not available. So if you want to be with somebody, let them know that you want to be with them. If it's for a long term, tell them, listen, I want to see how this relationship goes. And if possible, we'll take it further. If you think that the relationship is not going to go anywhere, you end it. The earlier you end it, the better, because then you save yourself a lot of heartache as well. And you save yourself the time of probably getting to know somebody else that you think would love to be in a relationship with you. But there's no point in staying or being with somebody that you don't want to be with. One, you're wasting your time. Two, you're wasting their time. Three, it's not going anywhere. So what is the point of being with somebody that you know that you don't want to be with? And you're just lying to them, and that is not the right way to start a relationship. Now, I talked about honesty from the beginning. Hey, if you've just joined me, good morning, happy Saturday. I hope you have your coffee with you, and we're having a conversation of how to start a relationships right. So if you're dating, even if you're married, you can go back to the drawing board and say, sweetheart, this is what I want us to do. Let's start on a clean slate, because trust me, there's no point in being married and not being happy. It's very painful to be married and still be very, very lonely and looking back and thinking, why didn't I wait? Why was I able to put myself in such a position? So let's talk about that, okay? It's not fair on your partner if you know that you're not going to be with them. Now, if you're with somebody that doesn't respect you, right from the early beginnings, you would know from the way they treat you, from the way they talk to you, from their attitude towards you, you would know that they don't respect you. And if respect is not being served on the table, there is no point in being with somebody that doesn't bring respect to the table, whether it's a man or a woman. So if you're dating in the early stages and you realize that this person does not respect me, doesn't even respect my opinions, doesn't even respect the way I treat them, or they just talk to me anyhow or treat me anyhow, call the person's attention. It's best, listen, talk about it, let them know this is the way I feel. And if you think that it's not something you can be with, and honestly, if you're not being respected in a relationship, there is no point in being in the relationship. It's just like trust. If you can't trust the person you are with, what's the point of being in a relationship with the person? Absolutely no point. You'll be just making a mess of the whole thing. Like I said, wasting your time and wasting their time. And sometimes people also start a relationship based on expectations, thinking, I'm going to go in and this is how I'm going to feel, and this is how I want to be treated, and this is how I want my life to go. Listen, I'm not saying don't have expectations. Expectations are good. I love having expectations, but they have to be realistic. What you are expecting your partner to do, is it real? Is it realistic? Can they do it? Are you thinking that when you get married, it's going to be breakfast in bed every weekend? Do you think they're going to love it? No. Life changes, life evolves, people change, people evolve. Put realistic expectations on relationships. You don't need to be expecting the partner to be with you every day. That is even toxic. That is choking you. So you need to be yourself and then know the person you are with. It is always important that you're able to acknowledge that I am an individual, I am with another individual. We come together as a couple. Though we have our own individualities, when we are together, we are a couple. But when we are outside, we all have our individual lives. That is the essence and the beauty of a healthy relationship, where you're able to be your individual and at the same time come together and be a couple. Your personal space is very important. That's this person you want to be with. Respect your personal space. When you say you're going out with friends, are they okay with it, knowing that you are with friends, or they don't trust you? When trust is not being served, when you say you're going out with friends, they start thinking, what kind of friends? Or if the person's a toxic person or an abuser or a narcissist, when you say you want to go out with friends, their first thing is, so you're leaving me alone to be by myself and you're going to go out with your friends, but I want to be with you. I'm sorry, but anybody that wants to be with you 24/7, it will get to a point where you think you're being suffocated and then you begin to rebel in the relationship. So be with somebody that is able to hold their own conversation, hold their own part of the bargain, be their own individual, but yet when you come together, being able to be a couple. Even if you're married, you still need to be an individual in that marriage and then a couple as well. Individuality doesn't mean that I don't involve you in what I'm doing. No, I let you know I'm going out with my friends. Maybe on Saturday I'm going out with friends. I give you the prior notice. I let you know. I bring you in so you are aware that I'm going to go out and I won't be available between maybe 2 and 6. But when I come back, I let you know. Or even when I'm with my friends, I can still be checking on you, send you a text message, send you a picture of me having a laugh or a short video of me and my friends, having fun. That is having a good relationship. So if you want to start a relationship, make sure that this person that you want to date or this person you want to go into a long-term committed relationship is okay with you having your own space, having your own individuality, yet being able to come together as a couple and do things together as a couple. It's good to spend time together when you're in a relationship because then you're getting to know the other partner, but it shouldn't be 24/7. All right. Now, when it comes to, I know people love to text and send messages, which is beautiful, but you don't, like, we're talking about expectations, realistic expectations. You don't expect this partner to be sending you a text message every 2 minutes, every minute, letting you know this and that. It begins to suffocate you, okay? Or you don't even need to expect it. You expect that they send you a message, maybe in the morning when they wake up. Good morning, beautiful. Checking on you. Have a beautiful day. That's it. Now you reply, or if there's a conversation going on, it can go on for some time. When they go to work and they're busy and they don't check up on you after a couple of hours, you should be okay. During their lunch time, they can send you another message. Hey, thinking about you. I'm on lunch break. You're able to talk. You have a few minutes on the phone and you talk. You come back home in the evening. If you have free time available, you talk and catch up for the day. That is you building a good relationship, building a good rapport. But if somebody expects you to be texting them every single minute, or this person texts you every single minute and expects you to reply, then it's heading down the slope of it being a bit toxic. Because then when they text you and you don't reply and they see you online, ooh, that is a whole new ball game. Because then it turns into something else. I saw you online, I sent you a message, you didn't reply, and da 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 da. And so then it turns into a hold up. You can see me online probably because something came on my screen. I'm trying to clear it off, or I don't have time to actually chat with you at that particular time, but I want to give you my undivided attention. So it should not be an issue with that. When you send me a text and I can probably read and maybe just give you a short reply, I'm busy, I'll check up on you in a little while. You shouldn't be upset because probably I'm telling you the truth. But you would get to know all this as you are with the person. As time goes on, you begin to know that, yeah, for truth, when this person is busy, they hardly chat. But when they're free, they're okay to talk to me. Which is the beauty of being in a relationship where you are accepted, where you are loved, you are cherished, you are adored. You know that this person respects you because they bring that to the table, which is an absolutely beautiful thing. Now, I talked about trust. And I said, if you don't trust a person, there is no point in being with the person, which is an honest truth. Because if every time the person's phone rings or the alarm bell goes off or a text message comes in, you're like, who is this person talking to another? That is not healthy. You're not building a healthy relationship. So if you can't trust that person right from the onset, if they keep lying to you every now and again, if they keep cheating on you, they tell you one thing but they go do the other thing, and you can't trust them. There's no point in wasting your time and their time as well in being in a committed relationship or in a relationship with somebody that you can't trust. There's absolutely no point. And if you are in a relationship with somebody that is constantly comparing you to somebody else or their exes, ooh, Woohoo! That should be a deal breaker. Nobody should do that. That, oh, my ex used to do this for me, or somebody that constantly talks about their ex, constantly dissing their ex, constantly telling you what their ex partners did and how they were so evil and how they were so bad and how they treated them so bad, never holding on to the end of their part, never accepting that, yes, I was in a relationship. Could be that this partner I was but wasn't too good, but I also had a part to play. Now, you want to know about their ex is cool, but there's let them know that whatever happened, I just got to know this little thing about it, and it's all right. But if they keep always bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up, talking about their exes at every given time, there is an issue. Two things are happening: either they're still in love with their ex, or they're narcissists. So they're never holding on to their fault in the relationship, never holding on to their past. That this is the part I also played. It takes two to tango. Unless, so if you know that somebody is an abuser, is a narcissist, is always, putting you down, all that, and you think that you can't be with the person, you hold your end of the bargain and say, listen, I know what I bring to the table, and so I'm not afraid to walk away when respect is not being served. And then you just walk away. You don't sit down for somebody to abuse you. Now let's talk a little bit about abuse. I'm not talking about abuse today, but let's just bring it in. If you're in a relationship, you want to start your relationship right. So you're just dating this person for a couple of months and you're having an argument, because trust me, sometimes it does come up. And in every relationship, even among parents and children and friends, conflicts are inevitable because you disagree, you agree, and all that. So you're having an argument, and out of nowhere, this girlfriend of yours starts insulting you and really being very, very disrespectful, or even goes to the point of being physically abusive. Or the guy you are with, you're having an argument, and wham, gives you one big slap across the face and across the cheek. They come back the next time and they're like, I'm really sorry, I'm not going to do it again, and all that and all that. And then you accept it and you want to continue the relationship with them. I want to tell you something. Anybody that hits you once will hit you again, unless they seek help. That, listen, I think I have an anger issue, I think I have a problem, and I need help. But if you're with somebody that hits you once, they will hit you again. And whatever you accept when you're dating, when you get married, it continues and it magnifies. It becomes bigger than how it was when you were dating. So abuse is never acceptable, whether it's verbal, whether it's emotional, whether it's physical. Do not accept to be with somebody that abuses you. It is never, never right. And so, if you want to have a healthy relationship and you want to start on a good note, know that you don't need to be in a relationship with such a person. Now, let's talk about when you go out or when you want to introduce them to your friends. So, let's say you've been dating for a couple of months and you think things are going on well, and then you want to introduce them to your friends. And, well, could be that you have a good circle of friends around you, and so you want to bring your partner in, your boyfriend or your girlfriend into the relationship, into your friendship group, and they don't fit in. They don't seem to gel with any of your friends. And then you get back home and they're like, I don't like your friends. I don't want you to be seeing them. I don't want you to be talking to them. I don't want you to do this. Anybody that takes you away from their friends, from your friends, sorry, anybody that takes you away from your friends is not a healthy relationship for you to be in. Knowing that you knew your friends. I'm not saying all friends are good. Trust me, there's some friends that you personally are aware that this person is bad news. But if your person you're dating is constantly telling you that this friend of yours is bad, this friend of yours is evil, I don't want you to be with this your friend. Did you see the way she was dressed? Did you see the way he was talking? Did you see any partner that takes you away from your core friends? Watch out. They're going to take you from everybody, have you where they want you, and then they put you in that corner, and that is where the abuse starts, because you have nowhere to go, you have nowhere to run to, you have no one to talk to. Even if it's your family, you're going to your family, going to visit your mom, your brothers, your sisters, your siblings, your cousins, and they're constantly like, why are you going out with your friends? Why are you going out with your family and not me? Anybody that takes you away from your family and your friends is not worth to be with. because you're bringing your partner in as, you know, part of who you are. And so you want them to feel validated. You want them to feel all right when they meet your family and your friends. So if they're taking you away from your friends and constantly telling you that your friends are not good, guys, if anybody, if any girl, if any man, if whoever tells you every time you're going out with your friends and they tell you, I don't want you to go out with your friends, I don't want you to be seeing this person, I don't want you to be seeing that person, watch out. Watch out. Okay. Now, anybody that controls you totally has the upper hand. So you don't need to be in a relationship with somebody that controls you. Want to even control the way you think, want to control the way you look, the way your appearance is. They want to control how you dress. They want to control everything about you. Even time you go to work and time you come back home, and what you eat and where you go. Anybody that wants to control you right from the beginning of the relationship, watch out. It's not worth being with. Be with somebody that is okay with you being who you are. Uh, Listen, nobody is perfect. We all have flaws, but be with somebody that you think that you can entertain their flaws. You think that the flaws that they have is something that you are okay with, right? Now, when the Bible talks about not being equally yoked with unbelievers, let me bring it down to our understanding. You can date a Christian, but if your values and the way you think and your purposes and your dreams don't align, you're being unequally yoked. You know why? Because you want to go right, they want to go left. You can't. How can two be together unless they agree? So if you don't agree with the person you are with, whether you're a Christian or whether you are whatever religion you are with, if you don't agree, the relationship will not work. Now, because I'm a Christian, I'm bringing it down to my religion, okay, as a Christian, that not being unequally yoked does not mean that we don't, because we all believe in God. Yes, because you're a Christian, so we believe in God. But we believing in God, do we still have the same thoughts and thinking pattern of how we want our lives to go, even though we are all Christians? Are we thinking on the same lines? Are we being equal in what we believe in? Are our purposes, our dreams, our visions for life, do they align? Or just because you're a Christian, you go to church, you are probably a praise and worship leader or whatever you do in church, you think I have to be with you? No. And that is why a lot of Christians are missing it, because they think that because I met you in church, you are a good person and I can be with you. No, you can be a good Christian, you can be in the church, I can meet you in the church. But if the way we think, if the way we want to go on in life do not agree, we will still not have a good relationship. And so being in church with me does not mean that I need to have a relationship with you. And if somebody comes to tell you, oh, I think you guys will make a good couple, it could be that you can make a good couple, don't get me wrong. But if these things do not stand, I'm sorry, but you will get married and you will be miserable. Do you think all Christians that are married are happy? No. Why? Because they missed it from the beginning. They thought because they were Christians, it's okay to be in a relationship with you. No. If you're a Christian and we pray in tongues and we sing praise and worship in our home and all that, it does not mean that the way we think is the same. The way we perceive things is the same. The way we want our life to go is the same. And if we do not agree on these things, the relationship and the marriage will definitely not work, whether you are a Christian or not. So it is very important that you get your basics right. Now, if you're dating from the church, as a good Christian, you know that yes, we can't, the certain boundaries we can't cross, and these are my boundaries, and you know what the boundaries of your other partner is. Now, when they try to tell you, you know what, let's just give it a taste, let's see how it goes and all that, you should think twice. Because if like I said right from the beginning, that if the person does not respect your boundaries and your deal breakers, they will certainly not respect you as the relationship goes on. Hey guys, good morning. If you've just joined me, welcome to Coffee on the Couch. And I hope you have your coffee with you so we can continue with the conversation. Now, today we're talking about having a beautiful relationship, starting your relationship right, watching out for the things that you think, these are my deal breakers, these are things that I can't do. And so if the person that you want to date presents these things in the relationship, the earlier you end it, the better. And like I said, people have are in relationships that they're so miserable in, they don't know how to get out. Others are in the relationship, some are even married and they're so miserable, they think or they wish that they could have done things differently. And so we're just talking today, being the first time on Coffee on the Couch, just talking about the basics of starting a relationship right, knowing that this is who I want to be with, this is who I want to have a future with. And if it does not work out, the earlier you advise yourself, the better. And if you are already in a relationship and you think that these are the kind of thing that the person is doing, and so even though you want to be with a person, you want to say, if you can straighten the rough edges. And like I said, there are certain relationships that they're just not sustainable. And so if it is not sustainable, it is not sustainable. You just don't waste your time and you don't waste the other person's time as well. Now, if you're just beginning a relationship and this person is so pushy, they push you to do things that under normal circumstance you would not do, think twice. They're asking you to do things that you don't want to do. But yet, when you tell them to do something they don't do, but they want you to do what they ask you to do, be careful, because you can't be with somebody like that. Okay. And usually, narcissists want to do that because then they want to control you. And when control is involved in a relationship, it is just not going to be right. Now, let's talk about being available and being unavailable. Now you've just started dating, you've been out a couple of times, and you realize that this person is always giving you excuses as to whether they want to see you or not. In the beginning of a relationship, you want to see this person, you want to talk to them, you want to, because you're getting to know them and because of all the butterflies in your belly still there, you want to spend time with the person you're dating. If they are emotionally unavailable, keep giving you excuses, keep telling you one story after the other, keep, that there's so many holes in their stories, the stories just does not add up. Think. Okay. Now, the biggest part of well, let me tell you something. Relationship is just like trying to have a jigsaw puzzle. Okay. So there are bits and pieces of the puzzles that you need to put together to get a complete, beautiful relationship. And if parts of the puzzles are missing, if parts of the puzzles don't fit together, then the relationship definitely is not going to be complete. It's definitely not going to be beautiful. But if all the parts are available, it might not be the perfect picture because you might still have rough edges to deal with, but most of the puzzles fit together, then you're going to have a complete perfect picture. Like I said, no one is perfect. We all have flaws, but in a healthy, beautiful relationship, we work together. So you're bringing a part of the puzzle, I'm bringing a part of my puzzle, and then we put the puzzles together. A while ago, I had a group called the Missing Puzzle, and I said every one of us is a missing puzzle piece. But when we come together, we form a complete puzzle. And that is how a relationship is. That is how a beautiful relationship is. I bring a part of my missing puzzle, you bring a part of your missing puzzle, and we're able to put it together. So I respect you, you respect me. That is the part of your puzzle and my puzzle. I trust you, you trust me. We're able to have a good conversation, we're able to communicate, we're able to be open, sincere, honest, loyal with one another. Then we're bringing the pieces together. We're not abusing each other, we're not insulting each other, we're not tearing each other down. I value you, I value your what you bring to the table. I respect your perspective, I respect your opinions. We're able to be vulnerable with one another. I'm not using what you've said about your past against you. I'm not referring to what has happened to you. These are the kind of things that you need to watch out for. But don't let the butterflies in your belly dictate to you how the relationship should go. Because after the butterflies have flown away, what else do you have? You have an empty tummy. And so don't base your relationship on the butterflies that when you see the person, oh, he's got six packs, he's masculine, he brings all the masculinity that you crave. She's pretty, she has long hair, she's got big boobs, she's got big behind, and so you're okay, you're excited. There is more to a relationship and more to life than all these things. And so you need to watch out for what you want in a relationship. so that you don't get it wrong, because getting it wrong can really, really cost you a lot. And if you're in a relationship and it's not working properly, it can really be devastating, especially if you're already married. And trust me, most people prior to getting married knew all these signs. They knew that it wasn't going to be sustainable. Yet, because we want to be with the person, even in a toxic environment, people want to still let love persist. Okay, people want love to still persist, even in the most toxic of relationships. And because you hold them dear, you think you want to connect with them, even if they're making you unhappy. But and then you talk about sacrifice and compromise. Why would you want to sacrifice your happiness, your growth in life, your purpose in life, your dreams, your aspirations? Why would you want to sacrifice that for somebody that won't sacrifice theirs for you? Think about it. Relationship, when it comes to we compromising, is that I compromise something, you compromise something. I sacrifice something, you sacrifice something. We all come together. Like I said, we are like a missing puzzle piece. But if one person is just doing all the things that it's supposed to hold the relationship, one person cannot build a relationship. One person cannot hold a relationship together. A relationship, trust me, is not 50-50. It has to be 100%. It's either you're in or you're out. So if you think that you can't give your all to the person, there's no point in being with them. Now, reality check that you need to watch out for, that is this relationship actually sustainable in the next 5 years, in the next 2 years, in the next year? How do we see this relationship? Are we going to be stronger than we are now, or are we not? So you need to know, is this person accountable? Accountability. When they go somewhere, do they let you know? Do they tell you who they are with? And listen, if you're going out and you tell the person you are with that I'm going out with my friend ABCDE, and they're aware, it does not mean anything. All it means is that I respect you enough to let you know where I am. And so when you do that, and when they are going out with their friends and family, they also need to let you know. But if they don't let you know, and then you get to find out they were out. Hey Joyce, how are you? Hope you're having a lovely time on your holiday. Nice of you to jump on. So if you are with somebody that they can just go out and not tell you who they are with or where they're going, and just behaving anyway, anyhow, then you need to start thinking, is this person accountable? Will they be accountable enough to tell me where they are, who they are with, where they're going, and all that? But if they don't, then you don't need to also hold your part of the bargain. It's better you leave it on the table and, like, you know what? If what I bring here is not being accepted, I'm sorry, but I'm not. I can't do this with you. And the earlier you walk out on any relationship, the better for you. Don't put yourself in a place where after a year or 2 or 3, you think you've invested so much in the relationship, and so you hold on to something that is still not being sustainable. You're just hurting yourself. Don't let that thing happen to you. And it breaks my heart when I see people, especially women, we do that a lot to ourselves. We self-sabotage, we self-destruct. This person is not treating you well. Hey Vicky, it's so nice of you to come on. Yes, it is preacher Father Innocent. Good morning, happy Saturday. Do you have your coffee, like you say? Yes, I do have mine. Yeah, so if you're with somebody that it's not working, the earlier you get out, the better. Most women tend to hold on to relationships that are not sustainable, to relationships that needs to be like dead and buried years ago. Yet because we want to hold on and hope against hope that it would work, and so we stay in it. No, you're not doing yourself any favors. Please love yourself enough to say, if what you're bringing to the table is not being respected, you are not afraid to walk out. Don't be afraid to walk away if the relationship is not working, if you can't trust the person, if they're not treating you right, if they're abusing you, if it just does not work. So go back to your drawing board and know that this is what I want. This is how I can stay with you. Exactly. Love yourself enough to walk away. Don't stay in a place where you are not being appreciated. Don't stay in a place where you're making somebody a priority, and all you are to them is an option. It just does not work. Don't be in a relationship where what you're bringing to the table is not accepted. It's just not right. Don't be with somebody that is manipulating you. And trust me, there are a lot of people in relationships that, the guys or the girls, both of them are just being so manipulative, just manipulating each other left, right, and center. Don't let anybody manipulate you. Before you even go into a relationship, when you're still single, know who you are. Hi, Precious. Not so nice of you to come on this morning. Know who you are. Respect yourself, love yourself, identify that this is who I am, this is what I bring to the table. Let the person that is coming into your life uh, also respect you, know that this is who you are. Don't trade yourself and don't sell yourself short, all because you want to be in a relationship. In the end, you're going to end up hating yourself, you're going to end up being miserable. The thing is, you need to be true to who you are. Don't let people say, especially, sorry, society puts so much pressure on young women at a certain age. Why aren't you in a relationship? Why are you not married? You need to start dating. Listen, if set standards. Yes, I know I'm single. Yes, I know I'm growing. I need to be in a relationship with somebody. But if the person that is coming is not bringing the value that I deserve, what I think I deserve in life, I am not going to trade my standards because I want to be with somebody. And trust me, all good and perfect gifts come from God. They do come from God. And so God will not give you something that is not right, something that will not serve you right. No, God will not do that. Absolutely. Set your standards, set boundaries, set deal breakers. Let them know. And these are the things that make relationship beautiful. These are the things that makes relationship healthy. Knowing that both of you respect each other, you trust each other, you are honest, you're loyal, you're vulnerable, and still not being afraid. You're not being judged for being you. We all have flaws. The person accepts your flaws because you're not perfect. We're all very imperfect, but I call myself an imperfectly perfect partner for my husband. Likewise, he is a very imperfectly perfect person for me. And so we're both coming together as imperfect couples, but then we are perfect. Why? Because I accept his flaws, he accepts mine. That is how a relationship should be. But if this person is just putting you down constantly, not it is so difficult. And for most women, when we begin to open our lives for a relationship, we want to feel validated. We want to feel special. We want to feel loved. We want to feel cherished. We want to feel accepted, which is the truth. Sorry, which is the truth. But it goes beyond that. Are you being respected? And respect, some people say respect is just for the man. I'm sorry. Women love to be respected as well. So if you're not being respected in the relationship, what is the point? What is the point of being in a relationship where you're not being accepted? And if you just joined me, I spoke about expectations earlier. And if your expectations are only based on fantasies, then the relationship isn't going to work. Now, the man you are with or the woman you are with have a certain idea of the ideal kind of man or woman that he or she wants to be with. And so they're trying to box you into that fantasy in their head. It's not going to work because that's not who you are. Listen, oh, yes, Victoria, you are so right. Disrespect is a deal breaker for me as well. 100%. I can't be with you if you would not respect me. No, I should be able to be myself when I'm with you. I should be able to let you know how I feel, and you'll respect me, and I respect you. Respect is not just for the man, and then they tend to tell every woman to submit. When respect is not being offered on the table, when love is not being offered on the table, submission becomes impossible. So if you want your woman to submit to you, you want your woman to be all that, guys, love her, respect her, cherish her, and you wouldn't even tell her to submit. It would just come naturally to you. It would just come naturally to you. You see, and so it's important that I said to someone a few days ago, I said, put yourself on paper. And she was like, what do you mean put yourself on paper? I said, the first thing you need to do is write something down about yourself. What do you love about you? What do you hold dear about you? What do you cherish most about you? Write it down on paper. This is who I am. This is what I love about myself. And if the person coming into your life is not able to love the things that you love about yourself, you're going to have issues. Definitely having issues. So whether you're a man or a woman and you think that this, listen, I love me. Oh, I love me. you know. And I think I've shared a couple of times where people think that red lipstick makes a woman very intimidating. And I said to somebody recently, I said, when my husband saw me, I had red lipstick on and he just loved it. So whether I put on red lipstick and it makes somebody feels intimidated, the person I'm with loves it when I put on red lipstick. And when I don't put on red lipstick for a while, he start asking, what happened to your red lipstick? So he loves it. I love my red lipstick. Do you love you? I love me. I love me enough to spend time with me. I love me enough to spend time on myself to be able to say, listen, I think I need a massage. Just check yourself into a spa, get a whole full body massage, and love you. Guys and girls, love you. Because if you love yourself, the person coming in is only a top up, an icing on the cake. You don't need to put yourself in a position where this person coming in is going to tell you how to love you. You love yourself. Let the person coming in love you for the way you love you, and you love them the same. Yes, Vicky, love me. Oh yes, girl. I want everybody to love themselves. Love you, love you, love you, love you, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. God did not make a mistake when He created you. Okay. And so love you, love who you are, validate yourself. When you're walking, walk with your shoulders high, walk with your head held high. Walk. Girls and women tend to do that. We tend to put ourselves so much down. Why? Because I'm not in a relationship. And I get that a lot from young women, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27. And they think because I'm not in a relationship, I'm growing. What is wrong with me? And I'm like, what, what do you mean? What is wrong with you? If you want to have a relationship that is so you, love yourself. Be content with yourself. Love you enough to say that this person coming into my life is just a top up. If this person coming into my life does not fit into my life, listen, I'm not afraid to say, I can't do this with you. So don't put yourself in a position where you start a relationship and then you end up marrying for the wrong reasons. Then you become miserable. Then you want to walk out. Then you have kids. Your kids are miserable because mama is miserable or daddy is miserable. No, be in a relationship with somebody that fits or brings their part of the missing puzzle so that both of you can have a complete puzzle piece. Don't stay in a relationship where you're not wanted, where you're not needed, where you're not being validated, where you're not being cherished, where you're not being respected. You can't stay in that. And I said from the beginning, whether you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, I am a Christian, so I bring that on board. And I say you can't marry every Christian. Why? We might be in the same church, but our values might not be the same. If our values don't align, whether you are in the same church, whether you're in the same department, the relationship will not work. And there are a lot of Christians who are married today that are very miserable and they wish they could turn back the hands of time. So don't get married and then you start thinking, could have, should have, would have. No. Get married because this person compliments you enough. This person brings the best in you. Sometimes you don't even know how valuable you are until the person you're dating comes up to polish the rough edges of the diamond that you are, that you bring to the table. And it's all so beautiful. Healthy relationships does not mean you're not going to argue. You will argue, but the argument does not turn into full-blown fight. You will have conflict, but the way you solve your conflict always determines how the relationship will go. We always disagree to agree. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, when you first get a diamond is not beautiful. Every girl loves a diamond, but the diamond that we see today on our fingers is not what it was when it was first dug out. It was dirty, it was rough edges and all that. But after it was cleaned and after it was polished, he says, I'm here. Yes, it brings out the beauty. And my girls, especially when we're walking in the sun and the sun reflects on my ring, it goes like that. And one of my daughters, I think the younger one, says, so mommy, would you want to sell the diamond in your in your ring? And I said, for now I want to keep it. Maybe in the future when I get a bigger diamond, I can sell the small diamond as well. But yes, every girl wants to have that pink diamond. Every girl wants to know that they are validated. But know who you are, even if you have the rough edges. Let the person coming into your life know how to polish you and bring the beauty in you. It's relationships are not difficult. It is the people in it that makes it difficult. Don't go into a relationship thinking, I want to change this person, I want to change the person I'm with. You can't change nobody. You are nobody's saving grace. That is the work of the Holy Spirit, not you. So don't go into a relationship thinking that you want to change the other person. No. If they don't want to change because they want to be with you, I'm sorry, but you can't do anything about it. You literally cannot change anybody unless they make up their mind that I want to change because I want to be with you. And they're changing genuinely, not just because they want to have you and then after having you, they go back to their old ways. No, genuinely want to be with you. And so they want to change to be able to fit into the kind of life that you bring or the kind of thing that you present to the table. It's always important. And let me share this whilst we begin to round up, that love will never be enough. The basics of every relationship starts or is built on the love that we bring, that we present. But love alone cannot sustain the relationship. So many factors come into play, okay, when you want to have a good relationship. Your values, your purposes, even the way they handle their finances, personal hygiene, oral hygiene, their dreams. If listen, let me put this in a context. If you are a go-getter, there's no way you can have a beautiful relationship with somebody that doesn't want to do anything in life. Somebody whose main aim is just to stay there, not do anything. What do you want to do? I don't know. What purpose do you have? I don't know. What vision do you have? I don't know. You can't be somebody that wants to be a go-getter and be in a relationship with somebody that does not want to go anywhere. In the end, this person that is a go-getter will get frustrated. The person that doesn't want to go anywhere will also get frustrated because they think that you are lording it over them. All right. So love alone is not enough. Love is the basis on which we want to build the relationship on. But after the butterflies have flown away and your belly is empty and beginning to rumble, what are you going to fill it with? You're going to fill it with good communication. Are you going to fill it with the trust that you bring? Are you going to fill it with everything that you think the person should bring to the table? It's all these little things. Okay, in the face of adversity, how are we going to sustain the relationship? If you hope to find a better relationship with somebody, yes, fall in love with them, which is the basic. Fall in love with them, but make sure that after the I love you, I love you, I love you, we are able to sustain it. We're able to plan. We're able to have good communication. We're able to talk about everything and nothing. We're able to gel. We're able to have fun. Personally, I can't be with somebody that doesn't have a good sense of humor. No, because I want to have a good laugh. I want to explore. I want to go out. I want to do things. I want to share a joke with you. Okay, so if this is the kind of person you are, you want to be with somebody that has equal values as you, somebody that wants to have a good laugh as well, somebody that has a good sense of humor. And trust me, guys, every girl loves a guy that has a good sense of humor. Every girl loves a guy that has a good sense of humor. And so if you don't present these things and then the other person presents them and then you think, why are you making so much joke? Why are you making this? Why are you? It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Compromises must be made. Sacrifices must be made. But think of what kind of compromise you're making and what kind of sacrifices you are making. Are you making all these things to the detriment of your own happiness? to the detriment of your values, of what you hold dear, of what you really, really, really hold worth, that you think it is worthy, and this person is just stumbling over them. No, no. What are your beliefs? What are the stories you're telling yourself? Guys, relationships are beautiful, but the people in it sometimes make it so, so, so not beautiful. But in order for you to have it right, don't get it wrong. Go back to the basics. Talk about things. Know what you want. Know who you are, and accept the things that you think you can accept. What you think are deal breakers for you. Don't break down your boundaries just because you want to accept somebody into your life. And trust me, boundaries are not for the other person, boundaries are for you. Boundaries protect you and not them. So anybody that does not respect your boundaries automatically will not respect you. Okay, anybody that does not respect your boundaries automatically will not respect you. That's one thing you need to know. And your deal breakers are important. Know what your deal breakers are, just so that when the person presents them, you let them know that this is it. I can't do this with you. Somebody hits you once and tells you, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. If there's a deal breaker for you, whether you are a woman or you're a man, it is better to say, adios. I can't do this. Relationships are beautiful. Love is beautiful. But don't let love persist in a relationship that you know is not sustainable. If it is not sustainable, it doesn't matter how much you want to love them, the relationship will not go anywhere. And you will end up being a victim. You will end up hurting yourself. And because you don't want to hurt yourself, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you aren't going nowhere, I want to tell you, if you think you can't do it, the earlier you end it, the better. Because if not, you end up in a very bad position. Now, this morning, I've given you a few pointers. If you've just joined, you can go back from the beginning and watch from all the pointers that I started with. And so until next time, when I come your way again, just continue building healthy, beautiful relationships. Relationships are beautiful. Relationships are nice. It is good to be in love with somebody that loves you back. Love is not one way. Love is a two-way street. You love me, I love you. And that is what makes the relationship beautiful. And so, oh, thank you so much, Vicky. Victoria says, you're just amazing, Sandra. Thank you so much, Victoria. It's good to be in a relationship with somebody that loves you and you love them back. If they can't love you the way you want to be loved, it is impossible for you to be in a relationship with. Know the other person. Know who you are as a single girl, as a single guy, before you go into a relationship. And trust me, it is not que sera sera. What will be will never be. Trust me. Trust me, what will be will never be. Know who you are. Oh, thank you, my beautiful cousin Edith. Know who you are. Know the qualities that God has given to you. And don't cast your pearl before swine. Oh Lord, God forbid. Don't cast your pearl before swine. They will pick it, eat it, destroy it, and come back and get you. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. It is beautiful to be in love, but it's equally amazing when somebody loves you back. I think there's a song like that. There's a song that says, loving somebody, if somebody loves you back, right? Yes, it is beautiful to love, but it's amazing when somebody loves you back. And relationships are beautiful. Let us not complicate things. If you can't be with the person, the earlier you end it, the earlier you walk away, the better for you. Don't be married and be miserable. Marriage is beautiful. It's always beautiful when you wake up in the morning and see this person lying next to you and you're like, look at his big head. Look, when you're able to bounce off with, when you're able to have fun, when you're able to gel, talk about things. When life gets difficult, how are you going to go through that? It's beautiful to be with somebody like that who's got your back. I said to somebody a couple of weeks ago, I said, me, all this too, no, yab, that I do is because I know somebody's got my back. And I know somebody's cheering me on to say, go girl, you can do it. This morning I woke up, I wanted to set up on the couch because it's coffee on the couch. I wanted to sit on the couch and do my thing. But then I looked at the thing. He said, no, the sun is just coming in too much from that side of the couch. It's better you go back to your normal place and just sit there and do it. And that is the kind of person you want to be with. Somebody that cheers you on, somebody who is your greatest cheerleader. Your partner should be your greatest cheerleader. Okay. When they're able to say, Nami gets this one. This is mine. Guys, love is beautiful. Relationships are beautiful, but let's build it right. Let's start it right. Don't let society tell you you're growing, and so then you jump into relationship and then you become miserable. You don't even know whether you're going or you're coming. No, don't cast your pearl before swine. You are amazing. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. God loves you, and so do I. Have a beautiful weekend. It's so bright today, and I'm sure my girls will have something to do outside. Definitely, we might go out for a walk. I love walking. Yes, hey, Debrand Nayado. I like that name. Nanaya, how are you? She says, hi, Big Sis. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for coming on and having this 1 hour chat with me. We will do it again another time. I don't want to be piling it all on you, but hey, I will let you know when next I'm coming on with Coffee on the Couch for another conversation. Okay, you all have an amazing weekend. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Go through this week with the confidence and assurance that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. God loves you, and so do I. Have a good one. Love you all. Bye.